Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So it looks as though we have found ourselves in an amicus brief frenzy. A whole bunch of amicus briefs have been filed on behalf of Ripple. And so, Bill, well, he posted this a couple of days ago, but I think now it's more relevant than ever. Haven't aged well so far, has it? Retweeted this out by Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unboxed. Is this guy kidding? This was a comment made by Justin Dombrowski in April of 2018. Why has Ripple failed? A little quick to call it, I think.
I've had the chance to do some stuff in banking and supply chain management and payments and all that stuff. You might say everybody loves the idea that crypto is really great for payments. Okay, awesome. Why has Ripple failed? Why is the only thing that's perceptibly valued about Ripple XRP, the currency that they don't really even need on the platform? And the reason is because the business model is flawed and banks don't really want it, and it doesn't solve enough of a problem, right? And that's super important, right? Because it sort of highlights, if you understand how the technology works, highlights that it's just not there, it's just not good enough, not a big enough solution to the problem. So then it forces us to come back to the drawing board and reconsider, like, well, okay, is this tech fit for purpose, or do we need to do something completely different?
Like I said, can't believe these jokers. Moon Lambo even down here commenting how, they claim that Ripple failed roughly 6 months before ODL was even launched. In July this year, Ripple reported a year-on-year ODL increase of 800%. So yeah, that has aged like fine milk. And I'm thinking that these amicus briefs are also proving that point to the SEC in court. So we've got a slew of amicus briefs today, guys. James K. Filan posted this. So the Crypto Council for Innovation has requested permission to file an amicus brief in support of the Ripple's defendant's brief in opposition of the SEC's motion for summary judgment. The proposed brief is Exhibit A. So first one off here, guys, the Crypto Council for Innovation. And I got it here. Not going to go over this brief, guys, but I guess I'll just read the first paragraph here. I write as counsel for the Crypto Council for Innovation, or CCI, to respectfully request the court's permission to file an amicus curiae in support of defendant's brief in opposition to plaintiff's motion for summary judgment. In the above captioned matter, a copy of the proposed brief is attached in Exhibit A. And so if we scroll down here, we can see Exhibit A is down here. And you can see the brief continues as such. Interest of Amicus Curiae, the Crypto Council for Innovation, is an alliance of industry leaders with a mission to communicate the opportunities presented by crypto and demonstrate its transformational promise. CCI members span the digital assets ecosystem. Its membership includes 9 of the leading global companies and investors operating in the industry. See the Alliance Crypto Council for Innovation, and then gives a URL. CCI's members share the goal of encouraging the responsible global regulation of crypto to unlock economic potential, improve lives, foster financial inclusion, protect national security, and disrupt illicit activity. CCI believes that achieving these goals require informed, evidence-based policy decisions realized through collaborative engagement. And then they get into the lawsuit and obviously state why they think the SEC is making a huge mistake. So we've got a lot to cover today, and I guess I'll leave this in the description for you guys to peruse at your leisure. James K. Filan has been a busy bee. The second one here, guys, Valhil Capital, LLC, has requested permission to file an amicus brief in support of Ripple's defendant's motion for summary judgment. And we know Jimmy Valley from Valhil Capital is the individual who was originally suggesting that we could eventually see a $35,000 XRP. He was the guy who was talking about the buyback. If you guys didn't catch the videos I did on that, I'll link one up here in the top right-hand corner for you. Well, now they're also preparing an amicus brief, or they have filed one here. They're a private equity firm based in Houston, Texas, which owns a portfolio of early-stage companies, brands, and alternate asset classes. Valhil's business model is centered around promoting innovation and unlocking unrealized potential in emerging economies, primarily using blockchain technology and digital assets. See James Valley's affidavit. XRP is a digital asset that was until recently recognized as a virtual currency by federal regulators, plays a critical role in the operation and management of Valhil's portfolio. So Valhil, utilizing XRP as a participant in the digital assets market and an entity that uses XRP in its daily operations and investments, Valhil has significant interest in the outcome of this action and can offer the court a practical perspective on numerous use cases for XRP. As an initial matter, Valhil compensates its executives in XRP, and its portfolio investments maintain their excess cash in digital assets, including XRP. So just demonstrating for this purpose here, demonstrating how XRP is utilized and how Valhil specifically utilizes XRP Further, given XRP's determinative role in this emerging digital economy, Valhil has focused its resources and portfolio on companies and investments that utilize XRP's unique consumptive attributes. Thus, Valhil has major investment projects, both domestic and international, that are premised and dependent on XRP and the XRP ledger. So just a bit of an intro there. Again, guys, I will link all these in the description. It would take forever if I went over every single Amicus brief. XRP Crypto will bring up an interesting point, though, with regards to this. Where did all these Ripple bandwagon jumpers come from? Don't get me wrong, I love the support, but where were they in the beginning when we needed them most? Now, I mean, okay, for sake of argument, I don't think we thought that this lawsuit would be such a show right at the beginning. I know we were assuming that this was going to be tied up fairly quickly, fairly easily. We did not know that the SEC was going to delay. All this information just kind of came about later. It wasn't until the first Amicus brief was filed that I felt like we were witnessing a snowball effect, and then we continued to see more and more keep piling on. So, I mean, yeah, the support would have been nice at the beginning. However, I mean, closer to settlement, closer to the end of this thing, I guess this is better in that, the impact of these Amicus briefs are really going to pack a punch to Ripple's bottom line. We've also got Cherry at Empress21 just down here highlighting something with regards to Empress. Valhil's use of XRP instead of other digital currencies is driven by pragmatic concerns. According to Ripple's CTO, XRP is approximately 57 times more energy efficient than Bitcoin. XRP transaction costs are significantly less than those associated with any other virtual currencies, resulting in significant material savings for the company. And perhaps most importantly, XRP is fast. Transactions are settled within 5 seconds, as opposed to more than an hour for Bitcoin and more than 2 minutes for Ethereum. Because of these characteristics, Valhil has integrated XRP into its day-to-day operations and portfolio management. So a real-world use case, and stating right here, XRP has been worked into their day-to-day operations. So Valhil Capital, as a particular example here, utilizes XRP daily, and they felt it important to highlight in this Amicus brief. So a nice observation here. Wanted to thank Sherry and, of course, James K. Filan for bringing us all the latest Amicus briefs. And guys, the biggest one here, Coinbase has also filed a request to file an Amicus brief in support of Ripple's fair notice defense. So this one's a little different. However, it does still support Ripple. Translation: SEC actions led XRP hodlers to miss out on an entire bill run. I think he meant bull run here, probably costing in excess of hundreds of billions in potential losses to holders. This coming from CryptoNim here on Twitter. The indirect market impact of creating this legal uncertainty is not fully quantifiable, but it is likely far in excess of the $15 billion loss to retail customers. So what he's talking about, of course, is the bull run. And just bringing up XRP here, taking a look at other coins like, if we were to compare XRP with Cardano, let's just take a look at Cardano real quickly and get rid of that on the chart. You guys can see other coins did fare better in the bull run last year. And, when he says it's not quantifiable, I guess we can just look at former all-time highs for some cryptocurrencies like Cardano, right? Its all-time high back in 2018 was surpassed in 2021 by about 123%. So that is one example of a coin that did actually surpass its all-time high. Whereas, the argument could go as such. XRP in the bull run of 2018 did see a high of about $3 and change on certain exchanges, yet it failed to even reach that same all-time high. The highest it went was about 40% less than what its all-time high was back in 2018. So Coinbase outlining that. There were a few other things that I wanted to mention here. I don't believe it was from this thread here. Oh, just another thing here, another one from Sherry. At Cherry Empress21, the end result is extraordinarily costly to U.S. innovation in this new industry. Coinbase essentially discussing the ramifications for the entire industry. Over here, it is also why one of the SEC's own commissioners, Hester Peirce, has criticized the SEC's refusal to engage in rulemaking for cryptocurrency, despite many pleas over many years to provide regulatory guidance about how rules apply to crypto assets, and lamented that the SEC has instead chosen to come onto the scene with our enforcement guns blazing in a manner that risks chilling innovation and investment in American cryptocurrency ventures. So I'm going to get to Hester Peirce in a second here because there is some more damning evidence that somebody in the XRP community uncovered with regards to Hester specifically making a statement back in 2019 Until Director Hinman's remarks are superseded by rulemaking, his guidance will rightly continue to loom large for the cryptocurrency industry and the public. So these are all statements made by Coinbase here. Jeremy Hogan, of course, chiming in on this. Coinbase Amicus brief. Well, heck, if you come out in opposition to the SEC here, might as well relist XRP, don't you think? Jesse Hines down here saying, I think Coinbase is doing the right thing for themselves and have been. Relisting could open themselves to SEC scrutiny. If I were their counsel, I'd wait this out. Jeremy Hogan, sticking up for us. They should hire you instead. Sticking your neck out halfway makes absolutely no sense. So, the point being, if Coinbase is going to come out and file an amicus brief in support of Ripple, which, I mean, if you read the thing, it's not technically in support of Ripple per se, more so the entire crypto industry, which is fine. They still came out to support the bottom line, I think, which is the most important thing. Here's the Coinbase amicus brief. It talks a lot about regulatory clarity and the fact that the SEC has provided none. Again, guys, I will link all this stuff in the description of the video. They do talk about, as I mentioned, the $15 billion decline in XRP's market value because of the delisting. So I think Coinbase's amicus brief and them themselves as a company would be a good representative of exchanges in the United States that felt like they had to delist XRP because of this uncertainty, because they would all be suffering the same result. The lack of XRP trading on these exchanges did affect their bottom line. And Wrath of Kahneman here also chiming in. Quick summary, Coinbase makes the case that the SEC has failed to give the crypto world any notice at all that facts are in dispute. Interesting. There's no mention of their own inquiries regarding XRP, but they go hard on the constitutional issues of fair notice and the SEC's failure. Jeremy Hogan responding to that, I was waiting to read about Coinbase's analysis from 2018, which analysis apparently concluded XRP was not a security, but it was nowhere to be seen. But all would be forgiven if XRP was relisted tomorrow, no? It almost sounds like Jeremy really wants to get back on his Coinbase account and start trading. Bob Fahey down here saying, their direct inquiries to the SEC about XRP are, in my opinion, very powerful when discussing fair notice. Why would they not mention it? Wrath of Kahneman chiming in, I don't know, perhaps because it's already a matter of the record in the case. They do bring up case law about the agency's inaction, but I suspect there may be a procedural reason to not interject their own history as an injury. So yeah, I'm sure they have to be very careful, because if they are in deep water with the SEC as well, they probably wouldn't want to compromise any ongoing litigation there. So the tally, guys, from Ethiopian here, Amicus, there are now a total of 10 Chamber of Digital Commerce, iRemit, TapJets, Spend the Bits, ICANN, Blockchain Association, John Deaton, Coinbase, the Crypto Council for Innovation, and Valhil Capital. Gary Gensler, are you there? SEC, are you counting? Boom goes the dynamite. I don't think we were expecting this. I think we were expecting the biggest news to come out of October 31st was the XLS-20 launch and launching NFTs on the XRPL. Meanwhile, we get a slew of these amicus briefs. And so Crypto Law US here, posting some of the key points from John Deaton's brief. One of the briefs that, the original brief that we were all expecting, the SEC asks the court to validate its shorthand and analytically lazy contention that Ripple is engaged in the functional equivalent of a 9-year-long ongoing 24/7 ICO. It goes on to say, and that each and every sale of XRP from everywhere in the world offered by anyone, including Amicus, was, is, always has been, and always will be the offer and sale of a security. The SEC's XRP theory is so far-fetched, it travels through space and time into the future, capturing all possible future sales, even in faraway lands. So you can see here John Deaton being very facetious when he's stating this, highlighting the absurdity of it. The scope of the SEC's Howey argument has become so stretched that it is truly indefinable in space or in time. The SEC asks the court to assume private statements made by Ripple employees many years ago to a handful of individuals equals evidence that Ripple offered XRP to the world. The SEC is not allowed to shortcut the Howey analysis by alleging each and every sale of XRP from the beginning of time until the end of the world meets all three Howey prongs, and therefore doesn't have to offer specific transactional evidence. The Howey test must be applied to each transaction and examined as of the time of the transaction took place. Instead, the SEC argues the XRP traded, even in the secondary market, is the embodiment of those facts, circumstances, promises, and expectations, and today represents that investment contract. Notably, missing at the end of the sentence is the single cite to any precedent or authority supporting such an inimitable claim. Amicus and likely the SEC itself have no idea what that sentence means under the law. The SEC's theory is the equivalent of arguing individual oranges were not only oranges, but also represented the investment contract with the W.J. Howie Company. The SEC's theory would be a bit amusing if innocent holders weren't being severely harmed. And there you have it, guys. John Deaton really hitting that point home. I didn't read the whole thing, but how come no one brings up XRP was declared as a currency by FinCEN in 2015? Good question coming from Bull Market 2021 here on Twitter. Well, on this channel, I'm going to get to a few things that support these briefs that got me scratching my head as well. More support coming out there for Ripple and XRP in light of all these briefs. So Crypto Law here, also just stating that John Deaton did tweet this out. Sherry said, well done, John, highlighting the same points relating to the oranges. Oranges remain oranges and XRP remains XRP. So I think that analogy sums it up quite well. She also pointed this out. In sum, the SEC cannot offer the court a single citation in 76 years of case law handed down from the Supreme Court or any federal appellate court within the U.S. where an investment contract was found when there existed absolutely no contract or privity between the promoter, seller, and the purchaser. So that's the other thing. No contract actually existed. Flying Fruit Knockers down here posting this. In other words, there are millions of XRP hodlers being held hostage as collateral damage while the SEC engages in a jurisdictional power grab. Those innocent holders have been abandoned by the SEC, adopting its litigation positions to further its desired goal and not out of a faithful allegiance to the law. So like I said, guys, lots coming out here. James K. Fineland saying, folks, don't be surprised if tomorrow I'm posting a motion by the SEC asking for additional pages and additional time to respond to all these amicus briefs. So the flip side to all this great material that has been filed is that this now gives the SEC an excuse to continue to delay. Light novel guy down here saying, James, what if it's the other way around? SEC didn't file. Is that a good sign? I feel like they are just giving up now. James K. Fineland saying, if Judge Torres grants the applications to file these various amicus briefs, the SEC will have to respond to them in some manner, and I believe the SEC will ask for more time and more pages. The SEC is not giving up. So more opportunity, another opportunity for the SEC to continue to delay. But I think overall, this is good. I mean, delay another couple weeks, another month, whatever. At this point, we've been holding for so long. The case is so strong. And the feeling of victory has not felt so sweet, at least not to me. It feels like we're really going to hit this out of the park, guys, and holding XRP over the next few months might have been the best decision we have ever made in our lives, at least up until this point. Stefan Hubert pointed this out. Holy macaroni, she knows. How did we miss this statement until now? In which Hester Peirce talks about how the SEC has created secret law for crypto that even the commission itself no longer has control over. I've grown increasingly concerned that this guidance, due to lack of transparency, turned into secret law. So what he's referring to is this, apparently, and I said I was going to get back to Hester Peirce, April 8th, 2019, the Secret Garden remarks at SEC Speaks, and even Decrypt picked up on this, is the SEC creating secret law for cryptocurrency. Now, this was all happening during a bear market when nobody was really talking about crypto, at least not in the mainstream. So he continues to say the secret law binds market participants like law does, but to immune from judicial and even commission reviews. We have our own secret garden, a tangle of staff pronouncements hidden beyond a wall without a readily accessible entrance. They have actually stated this here. That is it right here. Stefan Hubert continuing on and highlighting this particular point. Does access to our markets depend on hiring counsel that has access to the non-public views of the staff? Ouch. So remember when Charles Hoskinson called us conspiracy theorists? Charlie, you've got some splaining to do. Stefan Hubert continuing down here. The craziest part is that this is shortly after Hinman and the SEC released their token framework, something that Ethereum folks totally cheered because it gave them clarity. So Stefan Hubert continuing on with the digging up of details, did not know that the SEC so blatantly came out and said they have a secret garden, creating secret crypto law, things that make you go, and should be addressed in the court of law. Now, Matt LANY brought this up, and kind of going off topic a little bit, but not too much. United States Government Accountability Office in 2014 recognized XRP as being decentralized from Ripple. So if we were to take this into the court of law as well, I think this evidence could back up Ripple's lawyer's case. XRP, which is used within a decentralized payment system called Ripple. Ripple allows users to make peer-to-peer transfers in any currency. A key function of XRP is to facilitate the conversion from one currency to another. So making that differentiation, there is Ripple and there is XRP. For example, if a direct conversion between Mexican pesos and Thai baht is not available, the peso can be exchanged for XRP and then the XRP for baht. At this time, let's not forget, too, that a lot of people were interchanging the term Ripple and XRP, and clearly Ripple made an effort to clear that up in 2019. So this is, in fact, a document from 2014 where there was clarity. And Eleanor Turret also bringing this up, irony at its finest. Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman are now inadvertently supporting Ripple through their associations with Electric Capital and A16Z, which are both members of the Crypto Council, which was that first Amicus brief that I told you guys about. Crypto Council of Innovation, connected to Jay Clayton and William Hinman, guys. And even Eleanor Turret posts it down here. CCI thus represents the views of industry veterans. Which now gets me wondering, are Jay Clayton and William Hinman in support of the exact opposite thing that they originally supported all those years ago? Documenting Ripple also posting this, breaking: the SEC commissioner that sued Ripple described XRP as a non-security. In this statement, June 2018, then SEC Chairman Jay Clayton described cryptocurrencies like XRP as replacements for traditional currencies in an interview with CNBC, and I believe I showed that interview on this channel. There are replacements for sovereign currencies. Replace the dollar, the euro, the yen with Bitcoin. That type of currency is not a security. A token, a digital asset where I give you my money and you go off and make a venture, and in return for giving you my money, I say you can get a return. That is a security, and we regulate that. So differentiating the two, and the fact that the Crypto Council for Innovation, who is now associated through Electrical Capital and A16Z with Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman, inadvertently means Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman, by association, are technically now supporting the Ripple camp. So do these guys want to join the XRP community? And maybe a better question, do you think we should even let them in? I don't know. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.